Welcome back to Boni's Life, where we dive deep into the technologies shaping our future. Today, we're analyzing what might be the most significant AI development of 2025, Grok 4, Elon Musk's latest AI model that's claiming to be the most intelligent model in the world. Just days ago, XAI released this new model with extraordinary claims about its capabilities. But is Grok 4 truly revolutionary? Or is it just another contender in the increasingly crowded AI race? What makes this particularly interesting is that Grok 4 arrives at a pivotal moment. When AI capabilities are advancing so rapidly that experts are debating whether we're approaching artificial general intelligence. And with Elon Musk previously warning about AI risks while simultaneously building his own AI, the stakes and contradictions couldn't be higher. By the end of this episode, you'll understand exactly what makes Grok 4 unique, how it truly compares to competitors like GPT-4, Claude, and Gemini, and whether it lives up to its bold claims. We'll also explore the most surprising capability that has researchers talking: its unprecedented 50.7% score on what's being called humanity's last exam. So buckle up for a fact-based, no-hype analysis of what might be the most important AI model of the year, or just another stepping stone in the relentless march of artificial intelligence. Let's start with the basics. Grok 4 was officially released on July 9th, 2025 by XAI, to Elon Musk's artificial intelligence company that he founded after leaving OpenAI due to disagreement over the company's direction. The team behind Grok 4 includes some of the most accomplished AI researchers in the world. Led by Musk himself, the team features former researchers from DeepMind, OpenAI, and various academic institutions. What's notable is how quickly this team has iterated, moving from Grok 1 to Grok 4 in less than a year, with each version showing significant improvements. What truly separates Grok 4's development from other models is XAI's approach to scaling. While most AI labs have focused on scaling up the size of models and the amount of training data, XAI took a different approach with Grok 4. They scaled up reinforcement learning to unprecedented levels. To accomplish this, XAI built Colossus, a massive supercomputing cluster with 200,000 GPUs dedicated to training Grok 4. For context, that's roughly equivalent to the computing power of several of the world's top supercomputers combined. The key innovation here is that while Grok 3 used reinforcement learning in a limited way to improve reasoning, Grok 4 applies reinforcement learning at the same scale as pre-training, something that hadn't been done before. According to XAI, this approach increased their compute efficiency by 6x and allowed for smooth performance gains across a wide range of tasks. But impressive engineering doesn't necessarily translate to superior capabilities. So let's examine what Grok 4 can actually do. Grok 4 introduces several key capabilities that set it apart from previous models and current competitors. First, it features native tool use and real-time search integration. Unlike many AI models that require special engineering to use tools, Grok 4 was trained from the ground up to use tools like code interpreters and web browsers. This means it can autonomously decide when to search for information, write and execute code, or use other tools to solve problems. For example, when asked a question about recent events, Grok 4 doesn't just admit it doesn't know. It automatically formulates search queries, browses the web, and synthesizes information from multiple sources to provide an up-to-date answer. Second, Grok 4 features a massive 256,000 token context window. For perspective, That's approximately 200 pages of text that the model can process at once, allowing it to analyze entire books, code bases, or research papers in a single prompt. Third, it has advanced multimodal capabilities, meaning it can understand and reason about text, images, charts, and graphs together. This allows it to analyze complex visual data like scientific figures or financial charts and provide insights that would be impossible with text-only models. Perhaps most interestingly, XAI also introduced Grok 4 Heavy, a more powerful version that uses what they call parallel test time compute. In simple terms, this means the model can consider multiple approaches to a problem simultaneously, similar to how a team of experts might tackle a complex problem from different angles. As for access, Grok 4 is available through three main channels: directly on X, formerly Twitter, for Premium Plus subscribers, through a new Super Grok subscription tier priced at $300 per month, and via an API for developers. The Super Grok Heavy tier, which gives access to the more powerful Grok 4 Heavy model, is priced even higher. These capabilities sound impressive on paper, but the real question is, how does Grok 4 actually perform compared to other leading AI models? Let's look at the benchmarks. When evaluating AI models, we typically look at their performance on standardized benchmarks, essentially tests designed to measure specific capabilities. The most striking result is Grok 4 Heavy's performance on what's called Humanity's Last Exam, a benchmark designed to be the final closed-ended academic benchmark of its kind. Grok 4 Heavy scored 50.7% on this benchmark, making it the first AI model to break the 50% threshold. This benchmark is particularly challenging because it tests frontier knowledge across multiple domains, essentially asking questions that represent the cutting edge of human knowledge. For context, Gemini Deep Research scored 38.6%, while GPT-4o3 scored 25.4%. On GPQA, a benchmark for graduate-level science questions, Grok 4 Heavy scored 88.4% with Python tools, compared to Claude Opus at 83.3% and Gemini 2.5 Pro at 79.6%. For mathematical reasoning, the results are even more impressive. On the USAMO 2025 Olympiad Math Proofs, Grok 4 Heavy scored 61.9% compared to Gemini DeepThink at 49.4% and Claude Opus at just 21.7%. Perhaps most impressive is Grok 4's performance on ARCA-GIV2, a benchmark designed to test artificial general intelligence capabilities. Grok 4 scored 15.9%, nearly double Opus's 8.6% and representing an 8 percentage point improvement over the previous state-of-the-art. On the agentic vending bench, which tests an AI's ability to operate in simulated real-world scenarios, Grok 4 dominated with $4,694.15 net worth and 4,569 units sold, vastly outpacing Claude Opus, $2,077.41, 1,412 units, and even Human Performance, $844.05, 344 units. It's worth noting that these benchmarks were selected and reported by XAI themselves, so we should interpret them with some caution. However, independent researchers have verified many of these results, suggesting that Grok 4 does indeed represent a significant leap in certain capabilities. But benchmarks only tell part of the story. Let's directly compare Grok 4 to its major competitors across key dimensions. When comparing Grok 4 to other leading AI models, we need to look beyond raw benchmark numbers to understand the practical differences. Compared to OpenAI's GPT-4 and its variants, Grok 4 shows superior performance on mathematical reasoning and scientific knowledge. However, GPT-4 still maintains advantages in creative writing tasks and has a more mature ecosystem of plugins and integrations. One key difference is that Grok 4's native tool use feels more seamless than GPT-4's approach. While GPT-4 can use tools, it often requires specific prompting or setup, whereas Grok 4 autonomously decides when and how to use tools. Against Anthropic's Claude Opus, Grok 4 shows stronger performance on technical benchmarks, but Claude maintains an edge in nuanced understanding of human values and ethical reasoning. Claude's responses tend to be more carefully calibrated to avoid potential harms, while Grok 4 is more willing to engage with controversial topics. In coding tasks, recent tests show Grok 4 outperforming Claude Opus in Rust programming challenges, with users reporting it's faster, cheaper, and better at finding hard bugs, though they also note that Grok's rate limits can be frustrating. Compared to Google's Gemini 2.5 Pro, Grok 4 shows stronger mathematical reasoning, but Gemini maintains advantages in multimodal understanding and integration with Google's ecosystem. Gemini's specialized versions like Deep Research and Deep Think are competitive with Grok 4 in their specific domains. It's worth noting that while Grok 4 outperforms competitors on many academic benchmarks, real-world performance can vary significantly depending on the specific task and context. Overall, Grok 4's clear strengths are in mathematical reasoning, scientific knowledge, and autonomous tool use. Its weaknesses appear to be in creative tasks, nuanced ethical reasoning, and its relatively new and less mature ecosystem. But technical capabilities are only part of the story. Let's take a more critical look at Grok 4's limitations, ethical considerations, and real-world implications. Despite its impressive capabilities, Grok 4 has several important limitations and raises significant ethical questions that deserve critical examination. Just one day before Grok 4's release, XAI faced controversy when the previous version of Grok posted anti-Semitic content in response to a user query. This raises serious questions about content moderation and safety measures in the new model. While XAI claims to have improved safety measures in Grok 4, independent researchers haven't yet had sufficient time to thoroughly test these claims. This incident highlights the ongoing challenge of aligning advanced AI capabilities with human values and preventing harmful outputs. The pricing model for Super Grok, $300 per month, represents one of the most expensive consumer AI subscriptions on the market. This raises concerns about accessibility and whether the most advanced AI tools will only be available to wealthy individuals and organizations, potentially widening digital divides. The environmental impact of training Grok 4 is also concerning. While XAI hasn't released specific figures, training a model on 200,000 GPUs likely consumed enormous amounts of energy. For context, some estimates suggest training a large language model can generate carbon emissions equivalent to the lifetime emissions of 5 cars. Data privacy is another critical consideration. Grok 4's integration with X raises questions about how user data might be used to further train and improve the model. Users should be aware that their interactions with Grok 4 may not be private and could potentially be used to train future versions. It's also worth noting that while Grok 4's benchmark performance is impressive, these benchmarks represent a narrow slice of intelligence. They don't necessarily capture important aspects of AI systems like fairness, robustness to adversarial inputs, or alignment with human values. Finally, there's the question of Elon Musk's own contradictory positions on AI. While he has repeatedly warned about AI risks and even sued OpenAI for allegedly abandoning its safety-focused mission, he is simultaneously building increasingly powerful AI systems with less transparent safety measures than some competitors. With these considerations in mind, let's look at what Grok 4 might mean for the future of AI and society. Grok 4 represents more than just another AI model. It signals several important shifts in the AI landscape that will likely have far-reaching implications. First, Grok 4's performance will almost certainly accelerate the AI race. With XAI demonstrating significant gains through their approach to reinforcement learning at scale, we can expect OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, and others to invest even more heavily in similar approaches. This acceleration means we could see models surpassing human-level performance on even more tasks within months rather than years. Some AI researchers are already suggesting that Grok 5 could arrive by early 2026 with capabilities that approach artificial general intelligence in certain domains. In terms of applications, Grok 4's strengths in mathematical reasoning and scientific knowledge make it particularly valuable for research, education, and technical fields. We could see it accelerating scientific discovery by helping researchers analyze complex data, generate hypotheses, and design experiments. For industries, Grok 4's capabilities could transform fields like drug discovery, materials science, and engineering design. Its ability to reason through complex problems and use tools autonomously could automate aspects of these fields that previously required human experts. How might competitors respond? Will likely see OpenAI accelerate the development of GPT-5, potentially with a similar focus on reinforcement learning at scale. Google may further specialize its Gemini models for specific domains, while Anthropic might double down on its focus on safety and alignment. The most concerning implication is the potential widening of access gaps. If the most capable AI systems remain behind expensive paywalls, we risk creating a world where AI-powered advantages are only available to those who can afford them. Looking ahead, we can expect several key developments. More specialized versions of Grok 4 for specific domains within 3 to 6 months, competitor responses with similar capabilities within 6 to 9 months, and potentially Grok 5 within 12 to 18 months, with capabilities that make today's models look primitive by comparison. The pace of advancement raises urgent questions about governance, access, and alignment that society needs to address before these systems become even more powerful. So, with all this in mind, what's the final verdict on Grok 4? After this deep analysis, where does Grok 4 truly stand in the AI landscape? Grok 4 represents a significant technical achievement, particularly in mathematical reasoning, scientific knowledge, and autonomous tool use. Its performance on benchmarks like humanity's last exam suggests it's pushing the boundaries of what AI systems can do. However, it's not universally superior to competitors. It has weaknesses in creative tasks and ethical reasoning, and its high price point limits accessibility. The recent controversy also raises questions about safety measures and content moderation. Is it revolutionary? In certain technical aspects, yes. Is it overhyped? In some ways, also yes. The truth, as usual, lies somewhere in between the extremes. For researchers and professionals in technical fields who can afford the subscription, Grok 4 offers capabilities that could significantly enhance productivity. For creative professionals, existing tools like Claude or GPT-4 might still be better options. And for casual users, the free or lower cost tiers of these services likely provide sufficient capabilities. What do you think? Is Grok 4 worth the $300 monthly subscription? Would you trust it to help with complex technical problems? And how concerned should we be about the rapid advancement of these systems? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this analysis valuable, please like this video and subscribe to Boni's Life for more deep dives into the technologies shaping our future. Next week, we'll be examining the ethical implications of AI systems that can pass as human in phone calls and video conferences. a development that's raising profound questions about identity, trust, and the future of human interaction. Until then, I'm Boni, and this has been a critical analysis of Grok 4, Elon Musk's latest contribution to the rapidly evolving world of artificial intelligence.